Yo, it's Gray Matter. It's late at night. You know what? I'm up. I'm supposed to be getting ready for work tomorrow, but I had to talk about this bullshit. So before we even get into this, we're discussing DoorDash. I saw on Instagram that DoorDash is now telling people that leave $0 on tips that they will be getting cold food. Or well, they may be getting cold food, but no, they're getting cold food. That's just what's going to happen. And I could tell you that shit from experience actually, but just listening to these
So,
guys.
I got a video coming out tonight talking about who's really paying the Dashers and why we should never take that, but why that exists. This is what Dashers have to see sometimes, and it's crazy. Don't.
You're looking at
If you
this.
see orders like this for $3.50, $2.75, anything under $4, do not take the order. It is not worth it. I don't care anybody says. People do not tip in cash afterwards. You tip in the app for a reason. So if you get it.
Here's that order where I first showed you guys 77 items, Sam's, there was no tip. Now it's up to $14.57. These apps, if we don't take the trash, will give you more money for them. Be patient. Still not worth my time, but what I'm saying is there might be somebody worth somebody else's time. So because I didn't take it,
Uh, and then this one actually kind of pissed me off right here.
I found out where
What happens to
lotteries
non-tip orders?
goes away. It's fucking.
Look at all that shit. They just left it by the trash. Listen, you should not be mad at customers for not paying you tips. You should be mad at your employer for taking all of the money from the extra fees, the driver fees, and etc. that they charge the customer on top of tips and what the customer has to pay for the damn order itself. It is not my job as a customer to tip you. You only get tips when you do good service. And I can tell you this because I work as a chef. I am the head cook at the place I work at. If the customer doesn't tip, I still get paid. That's the difference. Why the fuck are y'all trying to punish customers? First things first, because I've seen comments on all these videos. The first issue, because this shit don't really happen in other countries. In other countries, in some spots, if you tip, it's offensive. They don't even want the damn tip. Okay, tipping is a courtesy. It's here in America, it's supposed to be a courtesy. In other countries, they don't even do that shit. It's on the employer to actually fucking pay their workers. So try to turn tipping into a mandatory payment just so you can maybe get the right order or get, your food on time. Bullshit. Then you got dumbass people, specifically for this video. At least they're leaving it for the homeless. So you stole food from the people that paid for it, and then you placed it next to the trash can for any old body to just grab the shit. First things first, if you're getting paid poor wages, get you another fucking job. That's the first thing. Why are you relying on DoorDash? I personally know DoorDashers that quit DoorDash and worked for Wendy's, because I was working at Wendy's at the time, and they made more money off Wendy's than they did at DoorDash, which is obviously an issue with the employer when it comes to that. But you're mad at the customers. Notice how it was so smooth. They took all the blame off their shoulders and placed it on the shoulders of the customer. And then y'all defend getting ripped off. And then you go and make stupid statements like, well, obviously you're not, you're too broke to be using the app anyway. You can't afford it. Can't afford a tip. You ain't got no business, using the app. So You gotta pay a 15% charge on damn near $50 on top of that just to appease your ass when you're normally making only $6 to $9, maybe $5 off a single order. That's my fault. Really? And by the way, you want to, shame customers for being broke, but obviously you're hurting for some fucking change if you're doing shit like this. Obviously, it must be getting to you real bad if you got to do shit like this. And then fucking cheer about it on top of that. This is a problem with bad business. And given the attitudes of some of these drivers, of course I'm not going to fucking tip you. With this type of service y'all dishing out, you don't deserve to be tipped. You should be getting paid if you do the delivery, but you don't deserve no fucking tips. Get a better job. Oh, well, I can't say that, right? In previous videos, I did say it was hard getting jobs out here, which it is in today's market. Okay? But you at least should be trying to find something better. You get what I mean? Like, seriously. I always tip a flat $5 minimum. One person's like, that's not enough. $10 minimum. Just shaking niggas for change. Yeah. Don't even order from DoorDash. Entitled drivers, and why should you spend $10, for a meal that's going to end up costing $20? Yeah, you got a point there too. Look, my food was cold too. Now, granted, I just ate the shit because I was hungry as fuck, but that's still unacceptable. Yeah, I'm not tipping. Ain't shit. Yeah, no, they showed tips before. They should start showing tips after the damn ride. They should allow you to tip the driver after you get the food. Only then should it be, Nah, I'm not even going to say that. Tipping is not mandatory, and it should not be mandatory. I don't live my life off tips. And I work in the food service. It's crazy. Like, if I had employees working for me, it would be up to me to, pay them a livable wage. But what some of these companies do is they put it in tips just to try to get away with undercutting their employees so that they themselves can get more money out of them. More productivity, less payment. They're being used. And in the midst of being used, they're turning their anger towards the wrong people. And I seen worse shit. I seen dashers like buck up at customers and fucking was beating on the door, threw the food down in the corner and shit. Because they were mad and they got a $0 tip. Which, I'm gonna be real, if someone was coming at me at my doorstep all fucking aggressive, you might not walk away. I'm just gonna be real. Just being honest. Where I work at, I have to give, the utmost respect to the customer that I'm working for. When I'm cooking the food, I have to prepare it properly. I don't do any nefarious shit with the food, nothing that can get the customer sick. Well, one, because I wouldn't want no one doing that with my food, and two, I want to keep my job. But three, it's just fucking respectful. Even when I don't get tips. But the thing is, I get tips because I'm actually respectful. funny, right? I got cards for my service for how well I cook the food. They gave me cards. You would get that if you give proper service instead of just expecting a tip off the bat. When you start begging and trying to fucking shake customers for change and you know, both just debo them out of their fucking money, they're not going to want to pay you. This is bad business. And now you got a warning. Well, if you know, don't tip, your food might show up cold. Straight up, word. Now you just won't be getting paid shit. Now you gotta kiss that $3 goodbye. Fuck out of here, man. Well, this doesn't hurt the customers, so they'll get their refund. The driver will eventually need to find another job. Exactly. And then they want to call you the Tekken gameplay. But nah, then they want to call you the asshole because you pay for the food and just the food, which is what you should just be paying for. Like, only those who are, you know, how to stay above 70%. Oh my gosh. Excuse me. Yeah, delivering a no tip order, Dash reacts. Rude note on the bag. Was that one of the videos I clicked on?
Earlier, I think they added like $5 or something, right? So it's still trash, but it's $5 more in trash, if that makes sense. So we haven't.
Whatever, man. I could go on and on about this shit. Alright. Like, people obviously should be looking for better for themselves. You don't want to just be sitting at a job for the rest of your life. And if you got a job that's worse than other jobs, you got to be trying to find your way into a better job. Just so that that job can help you get out of that job into something better. Okay. Yeah, no tip, no trip is not dead. Just whatever, man. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Oh yeah, here's the video that I was talking about earlier. Yeah, see? Punching the damn door and shit. Calling this shit. Look, man. Yeah, tip culture needs to end. Start demanding a living wage from your employer. Yeah. It's that simple. We got to come out of our pockets when we're already hurting for change ourselves and barely can afford shit just to pay for them. Meanwhile, DoorDash is making big money off their service. Shit gotta stop. It just needs to stop.